from the district. Let's activate your GoGuardian account. Here's what it looks like. You click sign in with Google, your web browser, you'll put in your password, and then this page will pop up, and you'll be like, where do I go? Right, look at the top left, and it says GoGuardian Organizational Management. Click on Teacher. And then if it's your first time, it will show all classes and ask you which ones to make active or archive. So I've already done that and gone in and activated these ones. It's confusing because it put in first and second semester classes, and I would recommend, so normally for mine it says like the period at the right. So I had to check and be like, okay, there's two that have the same period, which one's first semester, which one's second semester. If you click on it and go to students, I can tell by how many kids are in. But also it is set up such that the right is the second semester, so it does make sense that way. I would recommend going to settings and archive the class for second semester, so they don't even have it on your screen. And then you can always go to archived and hit restore class when it's time for semester. That way you don't have too many in your display. Or what I've also done is I've color coordinated them. So you can hit settings, edit class, and classroom tile color and pick the color, and then hit update classroom for it to save. So if I go back to classrooms, you can tell I've got all my blue header ones are first semester and all my green header ones are second semester. So you got two options: change the color or archive and restore them when it's time second semester. Then you're in it, and if you've got that class, you hit start class, and it will all those kids Chromebooks to class. They can another teacher can pull them out if it's the wrong period. What you'll set up next is on the left on these tabs. You'll want to play around with these, but if you click scenes, basically when you choose class, you choose the class that you have, and then you pick a scene, which is like a set of websites they are allowed to go to or are not allowed to go to. Put that scene with the class. It's pretty user-friendly. Notice in the top right it says watch a quick tutorial and can we improve? So you can give feedback to go. But it was self-explanatory. I clicked create list, and I'm like, okay, I want one for everyday use. So I write that in, or I want one for test day or whatever. Pick a color that you went for, and then in the top right, hit next. And then start entering in the websites that want them to allow. So I'm experimenting, and I was like, well, they need to be able to sign into their Google account. So I searched Google, and I'm like, yeah, that looks like one. Oh, and here's a notification, recommend adding sign Google account. So I hit add to that. I do want mine to search Google from time to time. I want them to have Google Drive, Gmail. I don't know if I have to have all these, but let's find out, and they're okay for the kids to be on. I use YouTube, so I'm gonna, yes, allow YouTube everyday use. We may do a GIM kit from time to time, add that. And the other big one that we use all the time is Canvas. I'm gonna search Canvas, and I'm gonna add any that look like normal Canvas ones for today. And then we'll figure this out as we go. Another one, Skyward. Maybe I want my kids accessing Skyward. So I put in Skyward, and that happens. Ta-da! That sounds good to me. Maybe I type in student. Let's see what happens if I do that. I'll have to play with that one. You can search the actual website and like copy and paste it in. Now over here under everyday use on the right, you can see which ones I'm allowing for now. And here's the cool thing that we couldn't plan school. On the bottom right, you can set a tablet. So on everyday use, I don't think kids should be on more than 2 tabs. Or they can only do one thing at a time, so let's just do 1 tab. Try that and see what happens, how much of a pain that is. And then when you're done, hit save in the top right, hit save, and you now have a scene that shows up in this bottom area. So I'll go to a classroom, and let me do one that won't mess with anybody. So I'm going to start this classroom with an aid, and it pulls in a student, and now they can't use their Chromebook with me. And I can make an announcement. I can open a tab on all of their devices. But here's the one you'll definitely use. I want to apply a scene. And I'm going to select all the students using this scene. And I'm going to choose everyday use is what I want. None of my students are selected. I wonder if it's because there's one. Here, maybe if I select the student first, now apply a scene. Let's see what happens. Oh, one student selected. Everyday use. There we go. Apply scene. And now she can only access those websites. And here's where you want to play around. You can lock a device as you can read. Enable chat with the students. You exclude them from a session. You can apply different scenes. So if one student can attest or the others are working on something, different scene. And then I encourage you, like, this is new to me too. I'm like, play around with the different things and see what is available. It'll take you 5 minutes, but you'll learn more than in a 20-minute meeting. And when you're done, hit end session, and the kid will be out of, has access to their Chromebook again for this class. Now, if you forget to end a session, the next teacher can pull the kids out of a session and into their classroom. So it's as big of a deal as it used to be. Reach out to me if you have questions. We'll be doing trainings on this, and anything I can't help you with, the internet or Rogers will help with. Enjoy.